Hi everybody. I was waiting for the light to go and I think it just went. But anyway, so welcome back. Hopefully everybody had a really good week. Today's style is going to be a little bit more freestyle. So there's nothing in particular that we're going to focus on. There will be a little bit of everything. So for beginners, intermediate, advanced students, of course you guys know your body. So listen to your body first. You could always come into a different modification or find your own unique adjustment to be able to really tailor out your practice for what you personally need. So the music that I'm using today is indie mix, and it's around a 112 to 117 beats per minute. So feel free, if you want, you're watching this later, press pause, go pick your music, or you could just have it silent today. And we're going to be starting in a standing position, okay, in the middle of our mat. So when you're ready, just slowly start to step back, maybe even circle out the ankles and the wrists a little bit. Lubricating those major joints, palms to the lower back. Take a moment here to just press those hips forward, lifting up through the chest. And if you're comfortable in your neck, take the eyes to look up. Taking a nice deep breath into the chest, out of the mouth. Do that 2 more times. Maybe hold the peak of your inhalation, softening through your toes, squeezing mulaband. Final exhale, and then slowly bring yourself up, okay? We're gonna start by taking your right palm on the heart, left palm on your belly, and you're just gonna close your eyes. We're gonna give ourselves a minute here to just tune in. So gently bowing down your head, micro bend to the knees. And then soften through your shoulders, lengthening through the crown of the head. So maintaining your posture, nice lengthened spine, but try to relax the bones and the muscles that surround it. Taking slow, easy breaths in through the nose and out of the nose. Whenever that mind wanders, just acknowledge it and slowly bring yourself back to your breath. And just naturally, as the time passes, the breath will start to lengthen on its own. So try not to control anything. Try not to adjust anything. It's a fine line between finding that flow state and that meditative state. So just allowing yourself to show up as you are. And like any other practice, there is no judgments, no expectations. Just do the best that you can. Releasing the arms to the side of the body, drop the chin all the way down to the chest, lengthening out through the cervical spine. Find an Ujjayi breath here, just like this. In and out of the nose, creating that oceanic-like AH sound every passing exhalation. Slowly start to allow the shoulders to internally rotate. Pull the heart center toward the back. And you're slowly just rounding your spine. You're not coming all the way down yet. You're working your way vertebrae by vertebrae. Closing the eyes will help you to really tune inside and get you out of that mental rat race mindset. Try to equally distribute the weight from the pads of the feet, out steps to the heels. Just continue to roll down very, very slowly. If you're all the way down there, you can hang out, sure. But then maybe ask yourself, what was the rush? I'm not going to give you a gold medal or a sticker because you got there first. Really allow yourself to tune in, not just physically, but what your internal narrative is, day by day. So when you get to your deepest point here, you're just holding your hips width, forward fold. Take a moment to open the eyes. Just take the eye line past the inner thighs, just so you can ensure you're not cocking the neck up. You're relaxing the back nape of the neck. We want to keep that alignment between that first vertebrae connecting to your skull, really helping to improve that lymph drainage and tapping into that nervous system. Okay, the shakes are good. Just continue to breathe through if you start to feel discomfort a little bit early. You're welcome to hold on to elbows, maybe even interlace the fingers behind the back if you are feeling more aggressive today. If you feel like your patience is wearing thin and you want to go on to the next exercise, reminding yourself that yoga is that union between body and the mind. So sometimes those more uncomfortable postures are the ones you need the most. Taking 2 more breaths wherever you are. Good. Bend the knees deep. Roll back up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Breathe, breathe, breathe. When you stand up, inhale the arms overhead. Look up, lean back. Squeeze your glutes a little bit. Palms to heart center. Exhale. Inhale the arms up to the ceiling. Hinging from the hips, forward fold. Coming into a half set. Palms to the shins, flat back. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Forward fold. Exhale, hold it. Roll back up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, breathing in between. Soften through your toes, stand, arms up, inhale, palms to prayer, exhale. Let's do that 2 more times, speeding it up. Inhale the arms overhead, forward fold, exhale. Palms to the shins, flat back, breathe in nice and deep, forward fold, exhale. Roll back up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. This time, we're going to inhale the arms overhead, forward fold direct, exhale. Palms to the shins, flat back, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Last time, stand up, reach the arms overhead, interlace the fingers at the top, stay standing, and then let go of your index, cross your thumbs, and just start to sway from side to side. Now, try not to do this while you're holding your breath. You want to breathe in between the movements. You really want to find that lengthened breath. And you're helping to release that toxic buildup in the lungs. Taking just a few more sways from side to side, you're more than welcome to hold a side if it feels a little tight. Body up to neutral. Inhale, look up, lean back. Stay standing, palms to prayer. Exhale. Beautiful. Shoulder shrug. Inhale, shoulders up. Out of the mouth, Bastrika, palms around the ribs. Feet are at hips width. 3 breaths. Inhale into the lungs. AH. Push the ribs together, okay? 2 more, inhale. Good, inhale, arms up. Forward fold, exhale. Flat back, inhale. Down dog. Let's plant those palms, shoulders width, stepping your feet back from that high plank position. Sometimes it's easier to get into your down dog stance that way. And then when you get into that downward dog, just shaking out your head, walking out your feet a little bit, maybe even pulsing the hips back. I always like doing the twist in downward dog just because it really helps to open up through the lateral plane. So play around with releasing and loosening up the body here. Your palms should stay shoulders width. You want to keep all 10 fingers grounded. Try not to have any kind of lift between your palm and the mat. Creases of the elbows are facing one another, opening up through that armpit range, and then really push your chest back to the thighs. Taking 1 more breath here. Nice. Take the big toes together to touch. Inhale the right leg up to the ceiling. Warrior 1. Stepping the foot between the palms, knee to heel alignment. Drop the back heel down. You're still facing the top of your mat as the arms come up. Finding your stance Keep the tip of the tongue resting at the palates of the mouth, and you're only breathing in and out of the nose to create internal heat and fire. Focus on really detoxifying, squeezing that back left glute, lifting up through the heart. Go deeper onto the right knee lunge. Take 2 breaths. Straighten out through the right leg, hinging from the crease of the hips, flat back, forward fold. You can hold on to blocks if you could take them underneath the palms, or maybe the fingertips touch. Try not to bend that right knee too deeply. We're trying to get into the back hamstring and IT band, so do your best to straighten out the leg, pull the right hip back, lifting up through the chest, inhale. Exhale, can you go a little bit deeper? 2 more breaths. Good, inhale, flat back. You're gonna stay down here, okay? You're gonna tiptoe the fingertips to the side of your mat, and then you're gonna open up the toes, flat back, wide stance. You can keep those palms on the floor. You could reach them out to the side, maybe take them to the lower back, or interlace the fingers behind the back. There could be a micro bend into the knees here. Just continue to breathe. Eyes are looking past your glute line. Palms back to the floor. Inhale, flat back. You're now walking to the opposite leg, left. Set up your warrior 1 stance. So you're facing now the back lining of your mat. Lifting up through the heart. Pay attention if you're curving that lower back too much. Pull the ribs in, tucking that tailbone, tighter squeeze through the right glute, lifting up through the chest, and then go deeper into the left knee. Okay, keep the weight on the outsteps of your feet here. You should still be able to see that left big toe. Taking about 2 more breaths before we get onto the opposite side IT band. Let's straighten out through that left leg, hinging from the crease of the hips. Pull your belly in and really reach for something coming forward. The moment your spine starts to curl, maybe hold just before that point, and work on getting right into the back of the leg before you get into the flexibility of your cord by rounding. Pull your left hip back a little bit, soften through your toes. They're not gripping for dear life. Inhale, lengthen through your back, and then start to curl. Forward fold for 3, for 2. Good. Inhale, flat spine. Walking your palms to that sideline of your mat. Take your toes out, and then coming into a deep set forward fold. You're here for half of the time. Okay, so just a good quality 3 count breath. Bending at the knees. You're coming into a footballer-like stance, so taking the elbows just to the inner thighs. Now you can hang out here if it feels really good, maybe even a little bit of rocking, but be mindful of your knee placement. Take the right palm, your right palm toward your inner thigh, lifting up through the chest, keep the left elbow grounded, and then you're just going to slightly drop the right shoulder down and get into a slight twist. So take the eyes past your left shoulder. Taking 2 more breaths here, you are continuing to press that right thigh away from you to open up through that inner thigh. Coming back to that footballer-like stance, take 2 breaths before we switch sides. And then go ahead and place that left palm on the inner thigh, slight drop with the upper body. Try to keep the hips the same height as the kneecaps, and then look past the right shoulder. You need to make sure you're breathing here. The quality of that stretch is depicted with your breath. Good, coming back to your footballer stance and coming into your goddess pose. We're going to come into a little bit of pumping action just to increase our energy a bit, and then we're going to turn up the dial a bit to our flow, okay? You're going to inhale, stand, reach the arms up, squeeze your glutes really tight, and then exhale, come back to goddess. In through the nose, out of the nose. 8, 7, 6, 5, keep going, 4, 3, 2, last one, holding at your deepest point. Pull the knees toward the pinky toes, so you're not collapsing on the front arches of the feet, lifting up through your chest palate, but then engage your core. You should feel that deep opening through the growing. Elbows are the same height as your shoulders. You're here for 3, 2, stand up, inhale, palms to prayer in front of the heart, exhale. Heel toe the feet together. Ground into the left foot, and then just bring the right leg up. Now, if this is enough, you could stay here. Maybe hold on to the right knee if you need a little support. Anything balancing, if you focus your eyes on something, it'll be a little bit easier to hold it. For those that are willing, if your body is able, you're going to take those interlaced fingers at the pad of the right foot, and then fully hinge your upper body forward. Try to maintain a flat spine as best as you can. Keep majority of your weight back on the left heel and soften through your left toes. With practice, patience, and maybe sometimes luck, if it's based on daily experience of what that body's going through, you could start to kick the right leg out. 10 seconds. Wherever you are, hold it. If it's available to you, intermediate or advanced students, bend the elbows, taking the nose to the shin. 2 more breaths. The same way you came in, gracefully come out. Releasing the right foot down, palms to your lower back, eyes to the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes, 3 breaths. Good, coming back up to center, 1 sun breath, inhale. AH. Shift that weight onto the left foot. Let's slowly bring that left leg up. Slight flex to the back, to the bottom foot. And you could just hold here, working on strengthening your body, maintaining that proper spine while engaging your core engagement always through that mula bandha. Whoop. Maybe hug that left knee into the chest. Keeping your focus point. Final stage 2 is taking your interlaced fingers underneath the left foot. And then just hold there. Both sides of the body are going to be completely different. If you'd like to go for the challenge, start to kick the left leg out. You've got 10 seconds wherever you are. Maybe bending at the elbows, repeat what you did from the other side here. There could be a micro bend into that right knee, especially if you have hyperextension. You're here for 3, 2, gracefully come out, releasing that left foot down, palms to your lower back, eyes to the ceiling, inhale, exhale, pressing the hips forward, 1 more breath, and then slowly come to stand up, 1 sun breath, in through the nose, AH again, come to the top of the mat. Close the eyes, press your thumbs, they represent the ego against the heart, finding surrender. Reconnect. We're going to get into Warrior 2 next. Coming into your traditional sun salutation first. Opening the eyes, bending at the knees, reach the arms overhead, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Palms to the shins, flat back, breathe in. Right leg steps back, hold it. Drop the knee, inhale the arms up. Your classic is your jump backs, traditional single leg. Palms to the ground, option high plank to low, or knees, chest, chin. From down dog, right leg high to the sky, stepping the foot forward, drop the back knee, inhale the arms up. 2 breaths. Palms to the ground, left foot steps forward, flat back, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in. Forward fold, exhale. Stand it up, inhale, forward fold. Let's work onto the other side. Left leg, inhale, flat back, first. Now left leg steps back, drop the knee, inhale the arms up. You've got 2 breaths. Palms to the ground, high plank, let's cycle it out. Loud breath, okay? From downward dog, take that left leg up nice and high, stepping the foot forward, drop the back knee, arms come up. Taking 1 more breath here. Palms to the ground, right foot steps forward, flat back, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Stand it up, inhale. Palms to prayer, exhale. Bending at the knees, shift the weight to the right foot so you can step the left leg back, open up through the heel, coming into warrior 2. So front heel to back arch alignment. You're going to hold static today. Now your arms can either be here. If you have any kind of injuries in the shoulders, your palms could always come down to the hips. Or you could even interlace the fingers behind the head. Okay? So wherever you are, try to find a focus point. Your drishti point. And as you just allow the posture to take you a little bit deeper, keeping your shoulders over top of the hips. That back left leg is strong. It's your kickstand, 2 counts. High crescent. Listen up, you're going to take that back foot, pivot up on the ball of the foot, so you're getting an internal rotation through the left leg. Your left kneecap is now facing the ground. Lifting up through the chest. Your palms can come to the ground at any point in time if it becomes too much, but you only have 3 more breaths, so let's try to keep those hips nice and low, the same height as the kneecap perhaps. We're going to fire up through that right quad, taking your palms to reach wherever you're looking. Utkatasana, chair pose, left foot steps forward, stay nice and low. Maybe even find a little bit of a pulse. Set your shoulders down and back. 2 more breaths. Like we did in our goddess pose, you're going to stand up, reach the arms up, and come back into chair. Repeat. Final 2, last one. Stand up, arms up, palms to prayer, exhale. Slight bend to the knees, shift the weight to the left leg. Right leg steps back, you're switching sides, warrior 2. Front heel to back arch. Set the scapula. And then squeeze that right glute. Try to keep that right leg pushing firmly to the outstep of the foot, so you're creating that natural arch. Tracking the left knee toward the pinky toe. Take those arms wherever that you'd like. So it's a reflection pose from what you did on the other side. You're doing the same thing here. In and out of the nose. Just try to maintain that internal heat. Two more breaths. We're going to add on through that high crescent. Pivot up on that back right foot to the pad of the foot. Internally rotate through the leg. Go deeper into lunge. But then firmly press that right heel back. You can always take those palms to the floor. Or maybe you could drop the knee down. But pull the belly in so you're not dumping the weight into the lower back. And you're squeezing again in through Mula Bandha. Lifting up through the heart palate here for just a couple more breaths. Can you go a little bit deeper? Take those fingertips to reach forward. Hinge the upper body. Utkatasana, chair pose. Right foot steps in. Keep those knees tight together, lengthening through that lower back. Go a little bit deeper into set. And just like you did before, we're going to go through that moving breath. Stand up, inhale, arms up. Chair pose, AH out of the nose. Final two. Last one, holding chair. Taking one more breath. Inhale, stand up, arms up, palms to prayer. Exhale. Step into the middle of your mat. Reaching the arms up to the ceiling. And then look to the top of your mat. Balancing stick pose. Step the right foot slightly forward. And then start to lift the back leg. Just like you did in the very beginning of class, inch by inch, you're making your way forward. As the upper body hinges, back leg lifts. Now, if you have a wall there or some kind of support you can hold on to, but pay attention that you're not externally rotating the left hip today. It's an internal rotation, so the kneecap faces down. You're here for 3, 2, stand up. Palms to prayer, exhale. Shoulder shrug, shoulders up, inhale. Out of the mouth. One more. Good, other side. Inhale the arms up. Take the eyes to look to the top of the mat. Left foot steps forward by a little. And then slowly upper body hinges. Back leg lifts. You've got a big muscle group back there. Use the bum. Squeeze the glute to take the hip leg a little higher. But keep that internal rotation again. You're here for just a few more breaths. Try not to clench your toes or the jaw. Slowly start to come up. Again, palms to prayer. Exhale. Palms to your lower back. Eyes to the ceiling. 2 breaths. We're going to take this back bend maybe a little bit further. As you bring yourself back up, you're going to now come into a camel pose on the knees, okay? So if you have what am I looking for? Blanket. If you have a blanket, you can take it underneath the knees, or you can tri-fold the mat if you have any kind of issues, if you need a little more comfort. So normally the knees stay about hips width. For those that are comfortable, if you know this pose quite well, you could take the knees a little bit wider. But then you're just going to come up to stand on the knees. Get your alignment, so tuck the tailbone, lifting up through the heart, palms to your lower back, and then slowly start to lean back, just by a couple of inches, lifting up the head. If this is enough, you can stay. You could either tuck the toes under or keep the feet planted on the ground. But if you do tuck the toes under, it'll give you a little bit more space in order to potentially reach both palms back and grab a hold of the heels. Now listen up, if you do that, don't lean your body back, right? You're continuing to press the hips forward so there's balance, and you're not adding any kind of compression anywhere through the major joints. You're able to sustain and you're able to hold it. Taking about 2 more chest breaths here. Very slowly, palms to the lower back. If you went to that stage, slowly lower down onto the heels. You could always come into table or child's. And then take a moment, just close the eyes. We're going to do one more set in about 10 seconds. For now, just notice if there's any kind of sensations that are coming up in your body. We're not trying to think our way through yoga. We're trying to feel our way through it. Nice job. Second set, open the eyes, coming to set up. Palms to your lower back. Find an angle that works for you today, lifting up through the heart on your inhales, and then exhales. Just start to dive in, explore what your body needs today. Maybe you can reach back for the heels, and maybe even the tops of the feet are down on the floor. so you can go just a bit deeper. If there's no injury through the neck, you're welcome to drop the head back, but then continue to press those hip bones forward. Engagement in through the lower Kegel line. Both men and women, you are squeezing at that zone to lengthen the mid-back, lifting up through the heart. 2 more breaths. For those that drop the head back, you bring up your head first, palms to your lower back, and then nice and slowly bring yourself upright. Same counter, either in a kneeling position or child's pose. Close the eyes and take a moment here to just tune in. From this position, tabletop. You can grab a little bit of water, but just make sure you're taking small sips at a time just so you don't get any kind of stomach or muscle cramps from drinking too fast. Tabletop, you're coming into a few puppy dogs, so just swaying the shoulders and the hips from side to side. A few cat-cows. And a quick set, thread the needle. So left palm down center, right arm up to the ceiling, inhale. Thread the needle, can remain moving, or you could touch down the shoulder and then add on from here, anything that you want. You've got just about 3 more breaths. Good, bringing yourself from tabletop onto the other side. Left arm up to the ceiling, inhale, slight twist in through that mid-back, and then exhale, thread it under. Nice, slow, deep breaths. Pull that right hip slightly back so the hips are quite level. And then just breathing in through the side of your body. With helping hands from your tabletop, you're just going to walk your palms a couple steps forward. Come into an upward dog, so hinging those hips forward, squeezing your glutes, and then lifting up through the chest. Eyes can look level or up to the ceiling. Shimmy out the shoulders on the way down, and then just slowly do that one more time. Inhale, pressing into your palms, slowly coming back up. Hold it. 2 breaths. We're going to get into the quadriceps a little bit. Shimmy out the shoulders on the way down. And you're just going to bend at the right knee once you lower down. Reach the right palm back for the foot. You can keep that the left palm beside the body, chin to the floor, and then pull that right heel toward the glute. If it's more comfortable, you could actually roll to the side of your body and then go from that position as well, where you're supported by your left elbow, kickstand, and still getting into that quadricep. Let's take about 2 more breaths. Good, slowly release that right foot down and just switch sides right away. Bending at the left knee, holding on to the foot. Come into your variation, whatever it looks like. Slow, deep belly breaths. Really good to massage the internal organs anytime we're lying down on the stomach like this. Good, slowly release that left foot down, squeezing your glutes. Plant the palms right beside the chest. From an upward dog, inhale. Rock the weight from tabletop into a child's pose. Inhale, back up to tabletop, upward dog. Exhale, tabletop to child's pose. So you're just going to be rocking forward and back to forward. Just flossing out through the shoulders, And you could really go based on depth. If you have energy, you could even come into that upward dog, pressing up through your toes, maybe even a down dog set, if you still have quite a little bit of energy. So we're going to do this about 3 to 5 more times. Any variation that your body is looking for to slowly start to cool down. Okay, your last one will lead you toward a child's pose. Once you do touch the forehead to the mat as best as you can, we're going to actually lift up through the elbows, so it's an active set. Palms are staying grounded. Lengthening through your lower back, and then taking a few nice easy breaths in and out of the nose here. Good. Slowly start to bring yourself upright. You're going to cross at the ankles, bring those legs forward, and then slowly start to walk the flesh and the muscle back. Finding those 2 sit bones, coming into a staff position. So legs are straight, feet are flexed. Fingertips can face forward, to the side, or back, depending on just how your body feels, really. And then try your best to bring a lot of energy and tightness in through the body. So you're lifting up through the chest, you're flexing, and you're firing up through the quads so much, the heels are actually off of the mat by an inch. So your spine remains upright. You're holding this active seated position for 2 more breaths. And slowly let it go. Bending your left knee. Hugging that left knee close toward the body, lifting up through the chest, and then wrap your right arm around that left leg, coming into a seated twist. Left arm plants behind you. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and then exhale, twist, twist, twist. Taking 2 more breaths in your deepest point. Continue to twist with your neck as well. Right foot stays flexed. Gently unbind, open up through that left knee first, hinging forward, maybe reaching with both arms. You can hold on to the foot or the thigh. Good, slowly come up. 1 more move, left arm behind the back, plant it down, and then getting into a lift. You're using the left leg as a kickstand to hold your body up. Let's take 3 more delicious full body breaths here. And then slowly keep that core engaged as you gently lower down, switching sides. Walk the flesh and the muscle back again. Hug the right knee into your chest. And you're going to twist to your inner thigh. Right arm plants behind you. You could be up on the fingertips. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. And then each exhale, it's an active posture. So you are twisting, twisting, pulling through that left arm to anchor you, and then twist a little bit more through your core and your head. Flexing left foot. You're here for 2 more breaths. Nice job. Slowly release. Open up through that right leg, and then reach forward with your body. Couple of breaths here. Anything that you'd like, you can add on, or you can pull back if it's too much. The idea is to really breathe in all angles of the body. As you slowly bring yourself upright, right arm plants down behind you, squeezing through the glutes. Use that right shin as a kickstand. One of my favorite postures to get into the side lateral lunge. You are breathing with intention to the left rib. Getting that expansion through the intercostal muscles for 2 more. Nice job. Slowly start to lower down. Bring both legs to a bent position. If you can, either reach for opposite elbows behind the calf or just in front of the legs like this, and you can hold on to opposite elbows. For 10 seconds, you're just going to curl yourself into a tight little ball. Really let go of the head, okay? 10 seconds, relax your head, breathing right into the back of your spinal cord, right where you feel the stretch. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Slowly bring yourself up. Grab a little bit of water if you need it. You're going to lower down onto the back. Prepare yourself for final Shavasana. You've got about a minute here freestyle first. So feel free if you want to come into another spinal twist or just move your body a little bit from side to side. Happy baby. Or maybe just a dead bug pose, which is reaching the arms and the legs overhead. So a little bit of freestyle here before you conclude your practice. And just remember not to tune out early. Your final Shavasana is basically what we work up the body to. And then with practice, with more practice in asanas and different type of styles of practice, you start to prepare for meditation. So that's the main purpose. So when you are ready, your final Shavasana can be in your classic 5-pointed star, lying down on the back. Maybe your palms are going to come somewhere onto the trunk of the body. But then try to keep the elbows down grounded on the floor. Closing the eyes. Letting go of any kind of breathing technique or method. And for just a few minutes, practice on letting go. Letting go of every passing thought. Any pressure, sensations in the body. And then every inhale that you take. I'll bring you back in a couple of minutes. Try your best to remain still. And gently begin to bring movement back to your fingertips and your toes first. Attention back to your breath. Circling out through the ankles and the wrists. And finding a nice full body stretch, maybe a yawn. Rolling to the right side of the body, resting the head just on the right elbow, creating a pillow. Now you could stay here for a few more back breaths. Really ease your way up into a seated position to close our practice. Palms can be just released down on the knees for now. Gently bowing down the head. Reconnect with that full body breath. And just use this time to check in with yourself. Where you're at, how you're feeling, what's going on. Sometimes even asking ourselves the question, am I okay? If there's a lot going on external of us. When you're ready to close, taking your palms to prayer in front of the heart. We're going to take 3 hums. Imagine yourself saying Om. Taking an inhale to begin. Inhale. Last one. Three observable breaths, relaxing your head down, acknowledging the work that you've done for stepping on your mat. Namaste. Nice to practice with all of you. I know it's not the same, but I can feel your energies. So if you do have any questions, just remember on the About screen, if you guys don't have my email already, you can send me an email there at any point in time that you want to get a hold of me. But we'll see you guys next week. We're going to be focusing on twists next week for our flow.